My 30 million wife, 30 female, cheated on me and stopped all communication after we had a fight and she left our home. Now I'm completely confused and don't know what to do. My wife and I have been together for 13 years and married for 3. Our relationship always seemed strong and stable, but everything changed drastically over the past month. It all started when I found out she had been speaking poorly about me behind my back to her friends. She complained about me, saying that I didn't pay enough attention to her and aired our marital issues to others. This hurt me deeply, as I always believed that marriage is a space where problems are solved between two people, with honesty and openness. But when I confronted her, she denied everything. This led to our first serious argument. For 3 weeks, we argued on and off. She kept apologizing, asking for forgiveness, begging me not to leave her, and promising not to do such things again. She cried, swore she still loved me, and said she couldn't live without me. But at the same time, she continued being dishonest. Whenever I tried to talk about the issue, she would deny it until I presented proof. Our conversations ended with her shutting down, and we'd find ourselves stuck in another unresolved fight, pushing the solution further away. Feeling hopeless, I told her that our marriage couldn't survive without trust. I said that if she couldn't be honest with me, we had no future. At that moment, she seemed to have reached her limit as well, and suggested that we take a break to calm down. She packed her things and moved to her mother's house, saying we both needed time to think. We didn't talk for 3 weeks. After those 3 weeks, I started to miss her. I could still feel the love that, I thought, existed between us. I tried reaching out again. I called her, sent her messages asking her to come back and work through our issues together. I said I was ready to forgive her if she could be honest with me, but all I got was silence. No calls, no replies to my messages. I was desperate. One day my friend, who works at a hotel, saw her. She entered a hotel room with another man. It was a shock. She had cheated on me. My friend approached her when she came out of the room with that man, but she was clearly embarrassed, muttered something, and quickly left without explanation. After finding this out, I tried calling her again, multiple times. I sent her messages, pleading with her to talk, but she ignored me. I kept trying to reach out for days, but there was no response. It's been almost a month now since she left, and I still haven't heard from her. My heart is broken, and I can't come to terms with the fact that she chose someone else. I thought she still loved me, but now everything I knew has collapsed. I often ask myself, was I to blame for how things ended? Maybe I was too strict with her. I've always believed that dishonesty destroys relationships, and whenever she wasn't being truthful, I would shut down the conversation. I distanced myself emotionally, and perhaps that was a mistake. I think that if I had insisted on couples therapy or counseling earlier, maybe we could have avoided this terrible ending. Maybe I should have tried harder to keep her from leaving when she was still at home, but I was too stubborn. As I reflected on everything, more thoughts surfaced. Some people suggest that she had already been considering cheating when she moved to her mother's. She was talking to other men at that time, though I was sure there was no physical infidelity yet. But then I found out that the man she cheated on me with was her first love. They met when she was 13 and he was 18. Even back then, he cheated on her with her friend. A few years later, they reconnected, but he cheated again, this time on his girlfriend, with my wife. Still, after my wife met me when she was 17, their contact ended. Until now. I can't understand why she would go back to someone who had betrayed her so many times in the past. It feels like everything we built over the past 13 years was destroyed in a single moment. Now I face a difficult choice. I've already spoken to a lawyer, and it turns out that divorcing without mutual agreement will be much more expensive and complicated. Since I live and work abroad, the process becomes even more complex. I'm not sure I can afford all the costs and navigate the legal challenges. Ideally, we would need to come to a mutual agreement to end our relationship peacefully.